Hi, I'm ZoePancakes bringing you the newest Old School RuneScape Weekly Recap. This week brings a ton of... oh, wait. What's that? Get ready to piece together a mystery of a long-lost language and discover the story behind the newest quest and twisted tale, the Garden of Death. This quest is unlike any other. It focuses on environmental storytelling and contains no dialogue, so be prepared to be completely immersed in the Gielinor landscape. To begin the Garden of Death, you'll need just 20 farming, so head down to the humble camp in the Kebos lowlands to get started. If you thought a new quest was the only quest-related update, think again. Recently, the team asked if you'd like to see an increase in the amount of experience rewarded to you for completing Master and Grandmaster quests. Unsurprisingly, the community voted overwhelmingly in support of this. Here are all the quests that will be given additional experience changes. The majority of these rewards can be claimed from Purdue. When you speak to him, you'll be given a dialogue option to claim your missing XP. If you accept, you'll receive all of your experience at once, so be prepared for the massive dopamine rush. If for whatever reason you're not ready to accept the experience, you can politely decline and come back later. It's really important to note that accepting experience from Purdue is an all or nothing decision, meaning you can't pick and choose which quests you do or do not get experience from. Take a second to double check that you're not going to mess up any potential 99 parties by accepting before you do. If you're a pure or a limited account build and you're wondering how this affects you, have no fear, as combat experience rewards will not be changed. The only way to receive additional combat experience from this update is by manually using your lamps or tomes on it. The quests whose rewards cannot be claimed from Purdue include Legends Quest, A Night at the Theater, and Sins of the Father. You'll need to return to whoever gave you those rewards in the first place, as they offer experience in the form of dialogue, lamps, or tomes. For more information, you can check out the news post linked in the description, which has wiki links to all of the relevant NPCs. This amount of experience will be the new standard for future Master and Grandmaster quest rewards, so you can get excited about your future questing endeavors. There might be a bit more on that at the Winter Summit, but you'll have to tune in then to find out. And quest experience rewards are not the only rewards you'll be receiving this week. You also recently voted on additional rewards being added for various tiers of combat achievements. These are massive and include changes to Warriors tokens, pest control points, the amount of bosses you can be assigned on task, cannon loads, reduced God Wars kill count requirement, increased superior rates, longer thralls, and more. You'll notice that the Master tier unlocks a new ammo slot item, Gommel's Lucky Penny, which gives a 5% chance to not consume charges when worn with charged weaponry, like the Trident of the Seas or the Scythe of Vitur. Grandmasters will now be able to combine their Gommel's Hilt 6 with the Avernic Defender for a cosmetic upgrade. Also newly in from big combat achievements, nearly 50 new achievements have been added to the Tombs of Amascut, so go check them out. You'll notice there are 3 new monsters, one for entry, normal, and expert mode, with unique challenges added to each of them. Note that completing a challenge at a higher difficulty than specified should unlock that respective combat achievement. Good luck in there! Right, but what about you that aren't so interested in combat? Maybe you're so disinterested in it that you avoid it entirely. Well, if this sounds like you, you're in luck. A new weapon has been added to the game that lets skillers secure kills without gaining combat XP. Meet Poison Dynamite, a new untradeable weapon that can be crafted at 50 firemaking. To make the Poison Dynamite, you'll need to combine 1 dynamite and 3 cave nightshade. You can then place it on the ground and light it, dealing damage in a 3x3 area. For a more precise attack, you can also attach it to your target by using it on them. After 3 seconds, the Poison Dynamite will explode, dealing between 0 and 6 damage, which scales with your firemaking level. You'll also have a 25% chance to poison the target with a successful hit, with poison damage beginning at 6. The Dynamite rolls damage based on your selected combat stance, so you'll have to be aware of what you're wielding. Enemies that are weak to a certain combat style are more likely to take damage if you're wielding that respective combat style. Poison Dynamite cannot be stacked and can only hit a single target. You also can't use it within the fight caves, cause Jad's allergic. Okay, as I'm sure you're all aware, the game was down for an extended period last week. Plenty of time for you all to enjoy your monthly shower. Additionally, there were long periods of downtime for UK and German worlds a few weeks ago, which allowed the team to perform some much needed upgrades in the relevant data centers. Since this update, there has been a ton of positive feedback regarding server stability and latency for the affected worlds. But what about the servers in other places? Well, I'm really excited to announce that the team expects to upgrade the Australian and US West worlds before Christmas and move on to the US East worlds in January of next year. This is all subject to change, but hopefully more of you will be enjoying consistent and stable performance soon. Also, the team has found a solution to the black screen issues that players had been experiencing on mobile. In fixing the problem, however, they had to deprecate support for the OpenGL ES 2.0, so you'll need OpenGL ES 3 to play the mobile client. If your device is not supported, you'll still see the black screen for about 5 to 10 seconds before the game crashes. If your device is supported and you're still experiencing black screen issues, please send the team a report. A few weeks ago, the community voted on Poll 77, a quality of life poll, and the team has slowly been rolling out the changes that have passed. Here's what's being changed in the game this week. You no longer have to accept Diero's training after Monkey Madness 1, which means that players are able to complete Monkey Madness 2 without gaining the experience reward. However, you'll still need to complete both Diero and Duke's training to use a heavy ballista. The boosted rates of clue scrolls from combat achievements now apply to the Hollowed Sepulchre and the Chess in the Shades of Morton minigame. Iron players can now buy and sell ores at a fixed price from Orden's shop, even when it's overstocked. The contents of the shop are also reset towards the default stock faster than before. You can now set your default player-owned house teleport to building mode. You can now disable confirmation messages for charter ship payments. You'll need to open up the settings menu, go to warnings, and scroll down to confirmations if you want to toggle it. And finally, everyone's favorite NPC, Charlie the Tramp, will now accept requested items from any source. Now, whenever he asks for one of his favorite items, you can simply get one from your stash, trade a friend, or buy it from the shop. Whew, that was a lot of big changes this week. Now, let's go over some of the smaller stuff. The value of Dragon Defenders has been increased, so they're prioritized higher on death. Players can now light fires near the bank in Nex's antechamber, which might be especially useful for UIM players. Shadow Spiders will now only drain the prayer points on players they're directly in combat with. Fresh Start World players can now start public Soul Wars lobbies with just 2 players. Portals on the Prifddinas Agility course are now highlighted when using the C++ client. The PvP rota has been moved to Period A. World 390 for LMS Competitive has been activated, and the PvP arena is using pure loadouts this week. Sheesh, did y'all catch all that? This week brought so many changes, and there is still so much more to look forward to. Again, I'm ZoePancakes. If you'd like to watch me live, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.